When I do see the comments about the price of the real estate market, I'm sensitive to that. I want there to be affordable housing, and I want people to not have to be house poor even when they're renting. What's up, guys? Barrett Freeman here with Freeman Brothers Realty, Freeman Brothers Properties. This is another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. I thought I'd do something a little bit different this week. I'm going to be the only one on the podcast today. I've never done the one-on-one with the audience format. I think I'd do better when I'm having a conversation with someone else so we can feed off each other. But I wanted to address some of the social media comments we've been getting and some of the public sentiment that's been shared with me about Freeman Brothers Realty, Freeman Brothers Properties, and the state of the rental market here in Corbin. So as I'm sure a lot of you have seen, but a very common comment I get is, how can anybody afford the rental prices that we get? It's a fair criticism. It's a fair compliment, or it's a fair comment. But ultimately, we do own several houses, several apartment buildings in the Corbin, London, Barberville, and Williamsburg area. I think I do a decent job of advertising on Facebook. But another part of our business is property management. We manage several single-family homes and apartments for landlords in the area. When we first started out, we had to figure out how to manage our own stuff. So I started going to property conventions all over the country with Blake and Thomas, and we learned how to manage property very well. And when we talked to the landlords in town, we compare notes on how we did things, and the landlords would say, well, why don't you manage our stuff? You know, you're doing it really well. You're getting them rented quickly. You're keeping the tenants happier for longer. So I started looking into it, and I realized, well, that actually is something you have to have your real estate license to do. So I went and took the test, passed the test, became a realtor under Revolution Realty here in Corbin. After 2 years, I was able to take my broker's test. I took it, passed it, but we started managing for other people's property. And so that division of our company's grown very, very fast. And what's happening in the economy in our area and around the country is houses aren't selling like they used to. Interest rates are high, so people can't afford the monthly payment that they could when interest rates were lower. So the people that would normally come to me and ask me to help them sell their house, they're now coming to me and saying, I can't sell my house and get what I want or need out of it right now. Will you put a renter in it? And of course, because I have a property management company, I say, sure, let's partner up. When someone says, I want you to rent my house, the first thing I do is I run the numbers with them. I say, you know, what's your mortgage? What are your taxes? What's your insurance? We add those numbers up, and then I say, okay, if a tenant's going to rent from you, they're going to need maintenance. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, maybe sometimes never, but you will be responsible for the maintenance as a landlord. If the roof's leaking or HVAC goes out. So I take those numbers and I add 30% just for maintenance every month. So if it costs $1,000 a month to own the house, then I say it's going to cost another $300 a month just to maintain it when the tenant puts a work order in and says there's something wrong with the house that the landlord needs to fix. So then we say, okay, $1,000 a month to own the house, $300 for maintenance. Well, the landlord's going to want to make some profit. So we try to make between $100 and $200 per door minimum in profit. And so what's happening now is these houses that were never designed for the rental market, they weren't bought to be an investment property. They're now flooding the market, and the landlords are not requiring us to, but I mean, they want to own the house and make a little bit of profit, make it worth the time and effort to own the house and make a little bit of money. So what we're seeing in Corbin and around the U.S. at large is a lot of really nice single-family homes that have a price tag to go along with that. So we've added several single-family homes every week this year. It got to the point where we actually had to hire a business coach just for property management. His name's Tony Klein out of California. He's amazing. He's helping us get a lot more organized and make sure that we are providing the same level of service to our tenants and to our owners that we have been for the last few years when we are much smaller. So when I do see the comments about the price of the real estate market, I'm sensitive to that. I want there to be affordable housing, and I want people to not have to be house poor even when they're renting. House poor meaning if you're making $30,000 a month, $2,000 of that's not going toward rent. And unfortunately, we live in a low inventory area where there's not a lot of houses and apartments for rent. When I moved to Corbin in 2016, I looked around the market, and no one was advertising online. Everyone was just putting a for rent sign up in their yard if they had anything for rent, and there weren't a lot back then. So my brother and I decided to start buying single family houses slowly. We started with 5 the first year. We got to 15 really quickly the second year, and it kind of snowballed after that. So now that we do have a very, very large portfolio for the area, not nationally, I go to these conventions and there's people that have 16,000 houses. And then when I tell them how many I own, I don't feel embarrassed, but it's just like I'm definitely the small fish when I go anywhere outside of our southeastern Kentucky corner. But that's really what's going on out there. Also, if you are an owner and you're having thoughts about I need to sell my house, or I need a better house, but I'm worried my house won't sell, let's talk. There are paths to getting a renter in your home. There's a way to get a renter in your home that at least it's paying for the house while you wait for the market to get to a state where there's buyers and sellers, and your house can actually sell for what you need to get. But I really just wanted to reach out to you guys and say that we are sensitive to the criticisms, to the comments that the rental market's not what we wish it would be. But also we are a for-profit business, so we do have to make sure that we can afford the house every month, we can afford the maintenance every month because we do the maintenance, and that we also can make enough profit that we can continue to grow and buy and also provide the level of service that our tenants expect. Keep commenting, keep engaging. I love to hear everybody's thoughts about the way we're doing business, the market as a whole. Also, reach out, message me if you want to partner up and do business. I love property management. I love real estate generally. And also, we can help you buy or sell homes. So I just appreciate the support we are getting, and I am listening to the criticisms we are getting, and keep them coming. I'm reading everything, and I just appreciate you guys, and I love our area, and hopefully we can continue to keep doing business here for the rest of my life. So this has been Barrett Freeman with Freeman Brothers Realty. Thank you for watching, and reach out and message me about anything you have. So thanks, guys.